Hello, Virgo, and thank you so much for joining me on my channel. This is GreenLion Goddess Tarot. Now, Virgo, I'm just going to adjust my microphone for a second. I woke up going, I'm doing the earth signs this morning. I'll start with Capricorn, and then the voices were going, no, Virgo, 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 Virgo first, Virgo. So being told to do you first. So when I say voices, it's just like an intuitive message. I'm not mad, but, you know, it could come across that way. So I'm thinking there's something that they want to say to you. There's some sort of message for you, Virgo, is the whole point. But this is a general reading. It's your reading for October the 1st through to the 15th. So first half of October, it starts off with a bang with the full moon in Aries. So some pretty intense energy coming around, a lot of ancestral stories coming out for people. There's going to be some heat around. So we'll see what's coming out for you. We've had the Nine of Swords crossed by the Knight of Wands, the Lovers, the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Four of Cups. Sorry, I've got a bit of a croaky throat. The Hierophant, the Eight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Four of Wands. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, brilliant. So that's good. And at the base of the reading, we have the King of Cups. Okay, awesome. So I don't know if I mentioned that this is a general reading. We've just kind of gone straight into it, Virgo, today. This is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does really resonate, there is going to be an extended. I'd love it if you could come over to that, because we always get some really nice extra information and meanings around this. It goes into much more depth, which really I find really interesting, and we'll take a sneak peek into the future. So before I get started into the reading, I'm going to pull an animal spirit energy for you. I feel like this is the right one. Dragonfly, beautiful. Element of air, dragonfly energy coming out for you. And an Aboriginal Dreamtime card, and then we'll get started. What Aboriginal Dreamtime energy do we have for Virgo today? I don't know why that they're kind of, the energies I'm getting that is they're excited for you. They're excited. They're like, come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. So we have preparation and inner quiet. Preparation and inner quiet. So, yeah, I feel like there will be a moment where, or a time during this period where you're being asked to go within and asked. I will actually be doing a full moon meditation as well. When that's up and running, I'll put a link in the description box below as well. But until that's ready, it won't be there. But this is all about you. I really feel like you're preparing for something, and it feels womb-like. And I've heard a lot of interesting things from astrologers saying the next couple of months are going to be quite difficult, and it's like going down the birth canal, and it's that last phase before you come out into the age of Aquarius is what they're calling it. But I do get this womb-like energy here to just go deep within and be really quiet, Virgo, because there's a message here. There's stillness that contains a space so that you are open to receive the messages. So I feel like you're going to need your space. So you're going to need some time to yourself. You're going to need, if you're into meditating or contemplating, that would be really good, or just going for a walk. But yeah, by yourself, I feel like you're going to need some time to yourself just to connect in and find that peace. So that seems to be really important. It's coming out. But yeah, you are being readied for something. You're preparing for something bigger that's coming further down the track. So if you see this whole cycle that you're in at the moment as a preparation time, I think that's kind of like the overarching energy of what's happening here. And throughout that preparation time, with all the energies that are happening at the moment, it's making us look at a lot of things, clear a lot of stuff out, revisit a lot of things, and maybe do things again. And this time I've got the chance to do it right this time. So it's kind of, if imagine it's going to be a total reset, stepping into a whole new energy. It's like we have to kind of look at some of the things from the past and clear them, so that it's like it's an empty canvas, a blank canvas, so that you can create whatever beautiful artwork and picture that you want, moving into this future energy that is still probably a couple of months away yet, but we're moving towards it at this moment in time. So the situation, we have the Nine of Swords crossed by the Knight of Wands, and this is why I think that you're getting you could be getting quite frustrated and stressed about something. There could be necessary changes that need to be made, or that you want to make, or are being imposed upon you. So there's a big change coming up that is causing you, or there's change basically that's causing you some stress and worry. So yeah, I feel like this is coming, whether you are open to this or not. How you receive change and how painful and exciting and interesting and fun change can be is all dependent on how open you are to receive it. I am open to change. So, and so with this Nine of Swords energy, there's probably some fear that's being triggered around this, or some stress, some worry, depression, anxiety, sleepless nights. It could just be that you're waking up in the middle of the night. And just kind of your mind's like really active and awake. Just for a certain period of time, there's something ticking over, I feel like, for you, Virgo, that it's almost like you're going over it over and over and over it in your mind. And and then you kind of, by the time you wake up to the morning, it's like you're exhausted and you can't do all the things that you had on in your head that you were doing at 3 a.m. So it's kind of got that sort of energy to it. Whether you are waking up or not, it's like there's a lot going on in your mind here, to the point where it's kind of overwhelming you. So we do have you crowned by the Lovers card, and this is a beautiful Gemini energy coming in here. The Lovers is always such a beautiful energy, but I do feel like for you, for this, there is a choice coming up here. A choice that's going to impact both you and a loved one. So, or you and a soulmate energy. It's almost like, are you both going to go on this journey together? Or are you going to go in slightly different directions? Not saying you're breaking up, or that you're going to suddenly have a falling out, or whoever this person is, because it doesn't have to be romantic. It does feel very much like that with this Lovers energy. But if you are single, or, you're not feeling this like as a romantic partner, this can just be even looking for a romantic partner, a choice about your next direction, and if that's going to bring the person that you want in. And it's also about, I think that was all it was. They totally shut off the next point I was going to make. So it's a big question mark over relationships and where they're heading. Now, so it's like an assessment really about, and it could be related to, like, you know how you have like really close friends, or just people, you might not even see them very often, but once you do, you just can talk to them and you feel really, you can just pick up after years. You feel you have a real connection. It might just be a friend or a workmate that you've got a real strong, you feel like you're on the same soul level. But there is very much, what I'm getting the words is assessment as to where you are going with this idea of partnership, or a particular partnership. And it's not saying, it's purely, again, it's that preparation phase. It's not saying that there's anything wrong and you have to be making these big changes, although that might be something that's on your mind with that Knight of Wands coming out. And that is the heat that I was saying. There can be some heat coming out, feeling this urgency or pressure to be doing things, making changes. But it's really just saying, moving into the next phase. And if you imagine that there's going to be a huge reset in your life coming up, what is your ideal scenario? So it's giving you kind of a chance to go, well, what would I like to change? How would I maneuver this to just make it the best that it can be, or attract the best kind of person or relationship that I want? So you're being given that opportunity. It's, again, that preparation energy, Virgo. And it's actually really, if you can take advantage of this, the kind of small changes or mindset shifts, I'm trying to say, gosh, sorry, Virgo, mindset shifts, or I just feel like there's some sort of reevaluation going on. Those will kind of be amplified further into the future. So if you make some really positive changes now, like, yep, I want us to move forward and maybe have children. I don't know what it's going to be. It could be anything. It could be let's be kinder to each other. Let's be more open to each other. Let's be blah, 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 whatever it could be. Let's stop our big petty bickering over money. It can be just very little small things, or I'm going to really look after my health, get myself in a really great shape. And so I'm looking fabulous and in really good, great shape, emotionally, mentally, physically, and energetically. So I attract the right people in as well. So, and that's whether you're single or not single, because it's just saying, who are you wanting to attract into your life here, Virgo? Getting so much information off this Lover's energy card. So that's why I keep talking about it. But yeah, it's very much the changes you make now are going to have a big impact further on. So yeah, and you might go, look, I think my relationship's pretty happy. I don't see that we need to make any changes. It might be a minor tweak. Maybe I want to take that artwork off the wall in our bedroom and change it to there. You know, it can be something really small. But yeah, it will have a big effect later on. At the base of the reading, we have the Five of Pentacles for you, Virgo, and this is energy deep down. It could be subconscious energy. It could be a message from soul. It usually, with this Five of Pentacles in this position, this is a block that's coming up around money and around rejection and feeling left out, feeling looked over, someone going next, kind of being passed by the wayside. And so this is kind of the block that's coming up to be cleared, really, or to looked at and assessed, really, how this dynamic works in your life and how it works with this lover energy. So it's really like this is attracting and this is being repelled and rejected. So it's very much a major reassessment about that, how you're you know, we've all gone through phases where we might have been picked on at school or bullied, or we might just be in a group of friends where we just didn't get on with someone, or you've been rejected from jobs or social sets. We've all had little moments of that in our life, some more than others. But there's moments where that's what this Five of Pentacles is. And I don't feel like it's necessarily, I feel like, again, it's this sense of assessment and reevaluation as to how this has occurred. Is this a patterning? Is this an ongoing pattern that you've got in your life that you'd like to look at? Or is this something that's just was a one-off and you can kind of go, well, that happened at that incident and that has no other impact on my life. I'm not going to give that any power. So it's kind of, again, it's just this sense of assessing it and looking at it quite rationally. You know, it's not being emotionally involved with it. So, but we have in the recent past, we have the Three of Wands. So this is very much a sense of things starting to work in a certain aspect of your life. And it's almost like I got the words, don't look back. So once you start seeing some positive changes in a certain aspect of your life, it starts having this ripple effect to all aspects and all areas of your life, and particularly love and relationships is being highlighted at this moment in time. But this could be, it could have been success in career, it could have been success in health and fitness, whatever. It could be relationship success, whatever it is. I feel like you've had this moment where you've kind of got something good and you're like, I'm going to run with this and now I want to make this even bigger and better. So yeah, there's been some kind of initial success in the recent past that has spurred on this. I feel like there's expansion and growth coming here for you, Virgo. In the near future, we have the Four of Cups. So there's something that's on offer that's going to be offered to you and you're just really not sure about it. And I do feel like this is actually a divine offering. This is like something that soul and spirit are kind of bringing in for you. And you're not going to be sure about it at first. Not sure at first. But and this could be a new person coming into your life if you're single, or like kind of not necessarily them coming in. It's more the promise of them, or you just have a little interaction and it might be, you know, that little spark that you get between people, like a look or, oh, is there something going on here? There's just a little something that's on offer here. And that's if you're single. But whatever it is, like it is that the universe is offering something that can actually help with whatever you've decided you want to change, or if you want to make any changes and tweaks, whatever assessment you've made here, and the universe suddenly goes, okay, well, this is what you've said you'd needed or wanted, here it is. And you're kind of like, well, do I really want that? And so then again, it's this process of going, again, it's a process of assessment, like I said, because sometimes when you're presented with something you really want, you think, well, actually, I didn't really want that. Or maybe it's like, I do really want it, but I just need to take a moment to fully accept it and open to receive it. So I feel like this is actually a good thing that's on offer here. But again, what it's doing, the purpose of it is to help you assess what it is that you want. It's like being reflected back at you. Okay, so the universe is going, yep, this is what you wanted, and how does this feel? And so it gives you an opportunity. Everything's kind of being reflected back to you. You might have a lot of moments where things are being reflected to you. Just say you're wanting to go into a business that's dog grooming, just as a random, I was given cats for whatever reason, but I was like cat grooming, but like looking after cats for whatever reason. And you're like, I don't know if this is a good idea. It's such a random thing to do. And then you kind of just, you know, walking down the street and there's a huge cat poster there, or, you know, you're watching something and an ad for cats comes on, and it's like the universe reflecting something back to you saying, yeah, this is actually a good idea. Do you want to be doing this? Yes, I think this is good. So that sort of thing could be happening as well for you, Virgo. We have you in the situation, the Hierophant. This is a very strong, committed energy. It's and very much listening to your own counsel. You're your best counsel, your own wise counsel at this point. So I feel like people might be giving you advice or giving their 2 cents worth, and you're kind of just like, silence, not actually literally, but just George the rooster's like, yeah, that's not silence, George, that's loud. But he's kind of just going, yeah, it's just energetically going, yeah, make your point, I'll listen to it, but ultimately I make the decision here. George is like, yes, definitely, you're making the decision. So it's a very strong position. I just get the word strong, strength, holding your own position really against people that are trying to influence you. So, yeah, you're your best counsel at this moment in time. Energy surrounding you, we have the 8 of Wands. So this is some swift changes coming through, and this is kind of the energy. We've got this Wands energy coming in. That's the energy that you've been kind of grappling with. It's really asking the question, what is it that you truly desire? And you've had some initial success with things, and it's kind of sparked that into a bigger question, into some other areas of your life. And so that Knight of Wands energy was the heat of that. This 8 of Wands, it's like the fire element is the element that's just kind of hammering you at the moment, Virgo. And you're just like, this heat, all this information, these changes, it's like something's too hot to handle almost. It's like so much is coming at you. So much is coming at you, whether it's information, news, whether it's people telling you things. And that's why it's interesting that you've come up with the Hierophant going, no, silence. No, I'm not listening to that. Now, this can also be spirit as well coming in, trying to communicate with you as well. So, but ultimately what happens, because I can see the final card in this reading, is that you resolve that fire energy into a really nice place. So at the moment, it's almost like it's too hot and overbearing, this question of what is it that you truly want, but then it kind of grounds down into a nice energy. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot coming at you, a lot of changes, news, information, very direct communication in your environment. So it could be information overload. But we have, and that's why I think it's funny that we've got the 7 of Swords as the hopes and fears, because it's kind of like, all right, I'm just out of here. I need to get out of here for the moment. This is just too much for me. There's too many things coming at me. It's all too Yeah, I just feel like this is you kind of holding your cards close to your chest and not necessarily revealing what it is that you're thinking and feeling, because you are standing up as the Hierophant energy. So it feels like there's an oppressive element somewhere where it's maybe the structures are too rigid, there's too many rules being thrown at you, whatever it is. And normally, like, you might do well in that environment. It just feels like there's just been too much. It might be suddenly a massive workload at work gets given to you. And it's just like, or just this huge drama occurs with your friends. And it's just like, I just want to kind of not get too involved, maybe walk out sideways to this door and do my own thing for a while, or keep how I'm truly feeling and thinking about this to myself, because I know as soon as I say how I truly feel, it's just going to create even more drama and I'm going to get embroiled. And so it's really basically avoiding being pulled into some kind of drama or feeling of being burnt out for some of you as well, just feeling overwhelmed by something. So I think that's actually positive energy for you, that Seven of Swords. I do think that's actually really good. So we have as the outcome, this is what I love. That's why I kind of went, oh, nice at the end, because we have the Four of Wands, and this is where that Wands energy, that fire energy grounds down. This is the happy home. And you can see this this couple here, these two people. And then there's the 11. It's like a synchronicity. It's like, and we had, the Lovers card coming out. So that it's a real balancing and aligning with somebody, especially around the home, like that things that you were assessing is actually going to ground in and feel really good in this energy of the Four of Wands. So your home space is probably going to feel really good for you, Virgo. A partnership might feel really good. A connection with someone might feel really good. This home space might also be, it's just representative of you. Houses represent you. It can represent a real house. It can represent an office space as well. But there's a place that you're going to be feeling good. You're building some good foundations for what it is that you truly want here in terms of a relationship. And this might just be metaphorical, like in what you've built inside of yourself, like if the home represents you. So, yeah, I think that it's just kind of having this incredibly positive effect on you. And it's interesting because all this reading, this is why it's so good. You've got the King of Cups, and this is very much being master of your own emotions, kind of keeping your emotions at, what was the word I just got and I lost it? At bay. Yeah, at bay. With all this chaos that's going around, it's really fire energy. You don't want to get emotionally involved with this because you are going to have to navigate your way out of it. And as soon as you go in with your fire energy and your emotions, steam. If you add fire to water, steam, things boil over. There's a lot of hot air. There's like words. People are having temper tantrums. It's all sorts of stuff. So I feel like it's great that this King of Cups is coming in because it's kind of reaffirming that this is how either this is how you're being or this is the message that this is kind of a place where you can find some peace. It's kind of a good place to be at this time so that you don't get burnt by the fire around you and you can move into that wonderful synchronicity and balance with your fire energy. So, yeah, the King of Cups is really beautiful. I've just got as well for some of you, this could be a water sign coming in, a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, but I got Pisces in particular. But, this could be a person coming in that's helping you and is very in control of their emotions and can actually help you through this as well. So we have as animal spirit energy the dragonfly, and that's interesting as well because we were saying the dragonfly just skims the water, and if we're talking about the water element, it's saying, yeah, don't get emotionally involved. Just kind of, you might check in with how you're feeling about something, but don't spend too much time in that area. I do feel like this is kind of some advice coming through. Take it or leave it, however you want, Virgo, because, it's your choice, but this is kind of just the energy coming through. Is that a really good way to be able to navigate through this is by, not getting too emotionally involved. And like I said, just checking in, making sure that you're okay. It could be something to do with 2-year cycles. Something's coming back after, or someone over it, or it's been a project that's been over 2 years, something to do with 2-year cycle. But the dragonfly is also very busy, and this is the element of air. So it's representing your mind, is that your mind might be very active, very busy at this moment in time. And that's what we had, that 9 of Swords. So, it is important to still check into how you're feeling. But this at the moment, the energy around you is this dragonfly energy, which, for some people, the dragonflies have got very significant spiritual connection and meanings as well. This might be something for you as well, might be significant. So we had the Aboriginal Oracle cards. We come back to this preparation and inner quiet. And again, this kind of makes a lot of sense now that there's so much going on for you that you are going to need that quiet space. And it's more about quietening your mind more so than any other part of you. So if you can find a space that you can find that stillness, because everything else is actually really fine around you. All the energy is actually really good and heading towards a positive direction. And it's just how you can kind of manage and how you respond to that energy is how stressed out or worried or overactive mind you're going to get. So this is kind of saying, yes, you are in that preparation phase. Definitely. You're preparing for something big that's coming further down the track, like we said. But it's so important to find that inner stillness, that inner quiet, to find that peace, that space you can retreat to amidst all this chaos so you can move through this energy, this fire energy that's coming through for you. So, really positive reading for you, Virgo. And it feels like there's a lot of energy moving and in flux. So it actually feels really good when I'm tuning into the energy. I'm feeling quite energized. I feel like I've got quite buoyant. So it's actually, I don't think it's going to be bad. It's just a matter of, I don't know, like if you're on a trampoline jumping, it's actually quite fun, but you've got to manage a lot of things all at once while you're doing it, because otherwise you're just going to either go off the side or you're going to go too high and hurt yourself, and you just want to have fun and enjoy it. So it's just a matter of managing yourself and understanding that this is an evaluation time, a preparation time, and especially around relationships and what it is that you truly desire. So I hope that makes sense for you, Virgo. I'm going to go over to the deep read now. We're going to pull out some clarifiers, get some more information around this, look at the future beyond this, and scratch below this 5 of Pentacles, because whenever a negative energy comes up, like a block kind of type energy that came up here, if you scratch below the surface, there's always something really good deep down that's happening on a deeper level for you. So, I think it'll be really interesting. So I'd love it if you could come over and join me there. The link is in the description box below, and I'll pin a comment as well. But if this is where we're leaving each other, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment, because I'd love to hear your comments. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time, Virgo. Bye.